It sort of pains me to make this video. It really does, because I'm a black man and I hang out with white people. And I hang out with black people too because I'm black. I hang out with Mexicans. I live in a Mexican neighborhood. But I have in the past made videos on this channel about me taking trips by myself as a black man to Blue Ridge Mountains, to little places all around Missouri, all through the Midwest. And I was the only black person there. There weren't any other black people around. And I made it out alive, apparently, because it's 2026 and here I am. And I don't think I was sympathetic enough to what a lot of black people were saying in the comments on those videos when I kept saying, well, you guys are just upset that I'm still alive. You wanted to see me die. I don't think that now. And it's not that black people wanted to see me die. They were looking out. They were really looking out, because when I look at the Nolan Wells situation and the Daniel Erving situation, two young black boys who hung out with all white people just like I do, and they didn't make it home. Now, I'm not saying all white people are bad, just like all black people are bad, but there are those white people out there who don't want to see a black person live, and they will take your life and they will cover up all of the evidence of who took your life and how you died. That is a fact. That is a truth. And sometimes when I'm by myself and I'm hanging out with a bunch of white people, I don't think about that because I have discernment. I kind of know where I'm going and who I'm hanging around, I would tend to think. So when I'm around certain white people, I don't feel unsafe because I know the energy of the people that I'm around. Now, these people that claim that they were friends of these young black boys, if you're truly a friend, you wouldn't leave your friend at a lake in the middle of the night without his phone. How is he going to get home? Start talking to random strangers, asking, hey, can you get me home? If he came there with you and you got his phone, how is he supposed to get home? He can't call an Uber because you got his phone. This is what throws me off about that situation. I don't think these white kids were really his friend. They hung around him and everything, but sometimes snakes are close to you. And they probably were around him for quite some time, a couple of years maybe, but there was jealousy around him for whatever reason. And a lot of people that's looking at this video know you have people around you that are jealous. Women have best friends who sleep with their husband. Women have best friends who sleep with their men. Men have best friends who go behind their back and snake them for a job. Sometimes you have people around you who claim you their friend. They don't want what's best for you. Friends have done things to other friends before. It's what it is, because they're not really your friend. And me as a black man that hangs out with white people, you know, I want to apologize first to the black people on the videos that I made, because I made some videos and they did very well. And I was not really conducive to how you were feeling about me hanging out with white people, saying, bro, they going to kill you one day. You going to this and that. And I laughed it off. And now I'm sitting here in 2026 looking at those videos and almost how arrogant I felt about how the good white people that I hung out with wouldn't do anything to me like that. But yet we got two young black men who are dead. And it sucks to make a video like this because I have two young black sons. And for me to be completely ignorant to the fact that there is evil in the white community, just like there's evil in the black community. All white people ain't good, just like all black people ain't good. So when black people are telling you, hey, man, watch out for the white folks you hanging out with, it's not because they think all white people are bad. It's because they know the systems that are run by white people might cover up how you die to protect other white people. That's why they say it. Not because they think, oh, man, all white people are bad, man. You got to. No, it's the systems that are run by white people sometimes aren't made for us. Just think, if somebody killed me and started deleting all the text messages in their phones, and you started saying, oh, well, it was probably an accidental death, but yet they're deleting all the text messages between us and everything for the day and days back, you don't think something's wrong with that? I mean, imagine it being an election official who has a phone who's texting another election official, and that election official says, hey, start deleting text messages because Trump now want to look into something. You telling me you wouldn't be upset about that? Why are these election officials deleting text messages? Why are these election officials trying to throw away telephones? That's what people would say, because the election is important, but a black life is not important. Not important enough to say, why are these people deleting text messages about these two young black boys? Because they were texting these young black boys, and all of a sudden they want to remove all the evidence. Something's going on. Some conversations were had. Statements were made. Because like I said, if it was about the election and we started deleting messages about some election, you'd want to see what those messages were, because you want to know the truth. And I think if you're an American, a true red-blooded American, you should want to know the truth of what happened to these two young black boys out in those bodies of water. To not want to know the truth and to call it an accident after everybody's deleting messages, don't ever talk to me about the election again. Because there's a lot of cover up and concealment in elections that you seem very, very curious about, but yet you're not curious and upset about these boys deleting text messages. You want to put it up under the rug. I'm not putting it up under the rug. These kids, their lives are over. Their families are ruined. It's a lot going on in this country right now. And if you want to be a part of the race relations and the healing, you need to not let our black skin stop justice from being served. If this was your white child that went to a lake with 4 black men, and these 4 black men had your daughter's phone, and they were deleting text messages, wouldn't you want to know? Would you say, oh, well, she died just by accident, probably just drowning, probably a rip current or something like that, but these black men got your daughter's phone and they're deleting text messages? I don't think you'd feel that way.